Welcome to Cognito Key. Every single device you own, from your phone to your car, is packed with tiny, hidden components. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the most important ones, a tiny sensor that lets our tech actually feel temperature. It's called the thermistor.
So, what on earth is a thermistor? Well, the name literally gives you the biggest clue. It's a mashup of two words, thermal, for heat, and resistor. And that's exactly what it is. It's an electrical part whose resistance changes, like a lot, in a really predictable way when the temperature changes.
So here's what we're going to cover today. We'll start with the basics, look at the two opposite types, see how they're actually made, get into the science of how they work, and then, the fun part, we'll see where they're hiding in our everyday world.
All right, let's get right into the core idea. It's actually a really simple concept, but it's so powerful, and it's the key to everything this little thing can do. So it's all about this dance between temperature and electrical resistance. Now, you know a normal resistor, right? Its whole job is to be stable, to give you the same resistance, always. A thermistor, it's a total rebel. It's designed to change, and it does it with amazing precision as things heat up or cool down.
And here's where it gets really cool. That change can happen in two totally opposite ways. Thermistors come in two main flavors, each with its own special trick.
On one side, you've got NTC, which is short for negative temperature coefficient, and on the other, PTC, for positive temperature coefficient. I know the names sound a bit technical, but trust me, what they do is super straightforward. For NTC thermistors, think negative or opposite. As the temperature goes up, the resistance goes down. It's like heat opens up the floodgates, making it way easier for electricity to flow. This is actually the most common type you'll find out there. And PTC thermistors? You guessed it, they do the exact opposite. As the temperature increases, their resistance also increases. So the hotter it gets, the harder it is for current to pass through. This makes them amazing for safety, kind of like a built-in automatic fuse for protecting our gadgets. So we know what they do, but how do you actually build something so tiny and so sensitive? Let's take a peek at the manufacturing process to see how these little sensors are born.
It's a pretty amazing process. It all begins with these metal oxides, powders of things like manganese and nickel, which are ground into a super fine dust. This dust gets mixed with a binder, then it's pressed into these tiny little shapes, like beads or discs. And finally, it's baked at a super high temperature in a process called sintering, which turns it into a solid piece of ceramic with these very special electrical powers. But what's the actual magic happening inside that little ceramic part? How can just a little bit of heat cause such a huge change in how it behaves? Well, it all comes down to electrons. When it's cool, you can imagine the electrons in the material are kind of lazy, just hanging out, not really moving. But when you add heat, you're giving them a jolt of energy. It's like a shot of coffee. It gets them unstuck and lets them zip all over the place, carrying an electric current. And that right there is the secret sauce for an NTC thermistor. More heat means more energized electrons running around. This creates like a superhighway for the current to flow through. And with so much room to move, the overall resistance just plummets. It's that simple. And just how big of a change are we talking about? Oh, you're going to love this. If you heat up a standard NTC thermistor to just 150 degrees Celsius, its resistance can drop by a factor of 500 times. That is a massive difference from one little component. Okay, so with this incredible sensitivity, where do we actually put them to use? Let's go on a treasure hunt and see how this one simple idea powers the complex world we live in. Honestly, they're everywhere, giving our electronics a sense of touch. That digital thermometer you use when you're feeling sick, its accuracy is all thanks to a thermistor. The fire alarm on your ceiling, it's using a thermistor to constantly check for a spike in heat. Inside your laptop and your phone charger, PTC thermistors are like tiny little bodyguards, cutting off the power if things get too hot. From your car's engine to your coffee machine, they are the true unsung heroes, keeping everything running safely and smoothly. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other invisible technologies, these tiny little pieces of magic, are quietly running the world all around us, right under our noses? If you enjoyed this explainer and want to learn more about the hidden tech that shapes our world, please subscribe to Cognito Key. And don't forget to like and share this video. Thanks for watching.